So when we talk about healing, one of the most modifiable things you can do is change your environment. So if you feel like you're just surviving on a daily basis and not actually thriving, looking around at your surroundings is going to give you a big indicator of where you're going to end up a year from now, or even 5 years from now, or a decade from now. It can also play a big role in why you are where you are today. So I'm talking about, as far as environment, not only your physical environment and where you're living and your surroundings, but the people you surround yourself with, the external influences that impact you on a daily basis, and all the information that your brain receives and interprets. And that plays a huge role in the perspective that you'll have on your ability to heal, but also your future trajectory. So I want to share a story of my dog, Chloe. So if you're watching on YouTube, I can show you her. She's laying right here, but she is a testament to why environment is so crucial to change for the better. So she is about 14 years old. I rescued her about 11 years ago. And when I got her, she was a complete disaster. She had half her fur missing from her bottom half of her body. Her teeth were brown. She was missing some teeth. She had heartworm. She was not a very friendly dog. She was actually pretty aggressive. And I had another dog at the time, and I was just very concerned because of her aggression towards that dog. And it was kind of like a perfect disaster when I got her. I was excited to be rescuing this dog, and then I get her, and there's just so many things that I wasn't aware of when I actually got her. But her health was the biggest concern for me because she had just an odor to her. She, again, like I said, just was very, very thin. She didn't look healthy. When you just look at her, there was just a look that she just didn't look healthy. And like I said, there was just a lot of things that were going on at the time. And I had found out prior to rescuing her that she had been returned 3 times. So her environment was significantly impacting her overall health. And you could just tell she lacked love. She didn't have a stable environment. She lacked good nourishment, lacked good medical care when I got her. And I was very hesitant with everything going on because I was just very concerned about, again, her behavior and everything. And in hindsight, I recognize now that the reason why she was acting that way is because she had been in an environment that was not allowing her to thrive. And she was essentially in survival mode. She wasn't taken care of, and she was very edgy. I mean, she had been returned 3 times, so she had been in multiple environments, and she just wasn't in a place where she was really taken care of ever. So I got her to the vet, got her medical care, showed her love, and just really took care of all her needs, fed her well, made sure she was hydrated. And it's just really amazing that when you give a living creature, so whether it's a plant, an animal, or a person, if you give them an environment where they can thrive, how much changes in that time. So after giving her an environment that was conducive to health, she grew all her hair back. Her teeth actually changed in color. They weren't brown any longer. They're healthy now, which amazed me. I didn't realize that teeth could even change in that way. She became just such a loving dog. She wasn't aggressive anymore towards my other dog. She you could just see she had let her guard down. She felt safe. She felt comforted. Her heartworm has disappeared. She's no longer has heartworm. So after treatment for that, she's heartworm free. And I've had her for 11 years and she's just become the best dog I could have ever asked for. She's just become my shadow. And I can just tell she's just grateful for the life that she has, and she's had a great life ever since. But what she is a testament to how much environment impacts your livelihood, your trajectory, and your overall health. And if you're in an environment that is conducive to that, you will thrive, and it will push you in a direction that is will serve you and benefit you. On the contrary, if you're in an environment that is not conducive to health and thriving, you will essentially either become stagnant or have health problems. And like I said, Chloe really is a testament to that, because what changed was her environment. She was surrounded by love, given medical care, the right treatment that she needed, and just shown a comforting environment where she no longer had to feel like she was in survival mode. And the same thing is true for humans. If you're in an environment where you always are wondering when the next comfort is going to come, or if you lack support, or if you lack the care that you need, or the listening ear, or whatever it may be, you start to get into survival mode where you feel like you're literally just trying to get through the day, rather than being able to look at where you want to go, or figure out how you can actually thrive and enjoy life and experience joy. When you're in survival mode, none of that kind of matters, because you're just trying to get through your day. And that's really where a lot of people who experience like chronic pain and eating disorders find themselves, is surviving the day rather than figuring out their trajectory and where their path can lead them if their environment changes. So I want to give you 3 tools today that you can use to change your environment, change your trajectory. So if you're not happy where you are today, apply these and see how your path changes. See how just changing your environment, your environmental perspective, how that can really impact where you are a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and really get yourself into a place where it's serving you. So the first thing I want to go over is removing negative influences. So negativity has a way of festering in the brain. Our brains, unfortunately, cannot really separate negativity from what's actually happening to us from what we're hearing. So if you're one to watch the news, or you have a lot of people in your life who have a very negative perspective and share that with you often, all of those influences will absorb into your brain, and essentially your brain again gets into a fear mode, because it can't distinguish what's yours versus what someone else's. And without having that separation, your nervous system will react in a way as if you were experiencing those negative impacts. And some people are more resilient to this than others. Not to say that everyone needs to stop watching the news. If you feel like it doesn't impact you, and you can listen to some of these things and it does it, you can just bounce off, then by all means, that's not something that's really affecting you. But if you're someone who takes things to heart and really perseverates on any kind of negative stories that you hear, then this is something you're going to want to change. And recognizing who around you is feeding you negativity. So it can even be people that you expect support from, but it ends up being more negative. So if it's somebody who maybe is experiencing something very difficult and they tell you, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, and it's very similar to your story, a lot of times people will internalize that and make it their story, and then their system responds in that way. So it's really important to be able to separate yourself from negative influences and set those boundaries. So if you notice that the news is impacting you and you just don't have a good feeling after listening to it, turn off the news, stop allowing that into your environment. If it's people that are feeding you negativity or always complaining about something or doubting you or judging you, any of those negative feelings that you get from somebody, take a step back after you spend some time with them. And if you feel like they are pulling you down, then you probably want to set some boundaries with that person as well. So whether it's addressing what they're discussing and just saying, you know, I really can't listen to this right now, can we change the topic? Or even just removing them from your life for maybe temporarily, or just recognizing maybe they're not the best person to be in your environment at this time. So recognizing how people and other factors make you feel is so important for healing, and not being afraid to set some boundaries with that, because at the end of the day, it's not serving you in where you want to go. The second part, in conjunction with that, is finding people who uplift you, who inspire you, who are maybe where you want to be a year from now, or 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it may be. Finding a group of people who are uplifting and make you think differently is going to be crucial for healing and crucial for changing your trajectory in life. So I can provide some insight into that. I've been part of a coaching program for the past year, and it's with a lot of people who work in healthcare and have really become such inspirations for me, and where they've taken their journey and how they serve people and how they communicate with people. And they've really used such a visionary approach to where they are. And it's been so uplifting and inspiring to be surrounded by these people, because they are taking all their positive aspects and attributes and really living a life of abundance, which is so inspirational. And so being around these people for the past year has really changed my perspective on everything. So I can really support the idea of getting yourself around a group of people who bring you up rather than keep you stifled. So finding a group of people, whether it's a support group, a community that of like-minded people, so people who've been through things that maybe you've been through and have come out on the other side, finding your group and not being afraid to change the group of people who you're around, because again, your environment will impact where you end up. You can't separate yourself from that. Your environment either allows you to just be in survival mode, or it allows you to thrive. You can even think about it like a plant. If you put a plant in terrible soil, barely water it, don't fertilize it, what happens to the plant? Eventually it wilts or it dies. And if you take that same plant and you were to put it in great soil, make sure it's watered, fertilize the soil, it will thrive. And we're the same way. What is your soil contents? Is it making you wilt, or is it making you thrive? Are you watering it every day, taking care of yourself, that consistency and routine? And are you giving it the proper fertilizer? So giving it environmental impacts that allow it to either do well or not do well. So really looking at what you're surrounding yourself with is so important. The third part is creating your own internal environment that is serving you. So again, we can't always change what's going on around us. External factors will happen. We have stressors every single day. No one is exempt from that. But at the end of the day, do you have a consistent routine that keeps your internal environment consistent? And what I mean by that, are you doing things on a daily basis that are helping you stay resilient to the impacts of external influences? So this can be a movement routine, good nutritional routine, meditation, journaling. It can be a morning walk that you do. any kind of daily consistent routine that you're doing that serves you and allows you to be more resilient to the negativity that is around. So again, not only do we want to remove whatever negativity we can, but obviously we will not be able to remove all. And there are just things that happen in life that will pop up, and we can't change that. But what we can change is how much we do on a daily basis to keep ourselves resilient. So asking yourself, do I have a routine that keeps me in a place where I have something to go back to? So if I had a really stressful day, do I have something that allows me to relax? Do I have something that allows me to feel balanced again? Do I have something that makes me feel good, joy? Do you have a routine in place? Do you have people in your life that help you feel that as well? So asking yourself, what does my environment look like? And what am I doing to control my own internal environment in what I can control? Because again, a lot of life is out of our control. So are you doing what's within your power that you can actually control? So again, the 3 things that you can do to help yourself thrive and not just survive is going to be remove negativity as much as you can. Surround yourself with uplifting and inspiring people who are where you want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. And the third thing is having a consistent routine to keep your internal environment resilient and in a place where it can return back to that homeostasis balance, regardless of what the external factors are. So those 3 things, if you can look at where you are today and see what's impacting you, so what is serving you to put you in a better place 5 years from now, or what is keeping you stagnant, what is holding you down, what is impacting you on a daily basis that is not allowing you to thrive. Asking yourself those hard questions and answering them as candidly as possible is going to be the best thing you can do right now, and then gradually making those changes. So if this serves you and you found value in this, feel free to share it with anyone who would also benefit from it. And definitely subscribe to my channel or podcast so you can get a lot more resources. I have a lot of great guests that I bring on, and also I do my own podcast episodes just to give you value in how you can move forward in your day, your life, and again, set you off in a better trajectory. So I hope you found value in this today. And like I said, feel free to leave a comment, a suggestion. I'm always open to hearing from you. Enjoy your day.